Shalom Yasharala. Kohala Yahawah Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the Yakim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yahawah that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. Shalom to the 12 tribes, to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Alright, so let's get into this lesson. I was going over some of my news, and I saw from AMTV, my man, I forget his name, Chris, I believe it's Christopher Grant, but he does some excellent reporting. And something that he said struck me. So I wanted to get into that because things is happening right now. Around the world, geopolitically. All around the world, all around the planet. These scriptures is getting busy, man. The prophecies is getting busy, I should say. The Most High is laying His Spirit out throughout the entire planet. Right? So, I skipped to like the 9th minute, not the 9th, like a minute in, because he was going over, some of the stuff already, like the lockdowns, and the lockdowns is coming, man. The lockdowns are coming. Let me touch up on that real quick. The lockdowns are coming. All right, they are coming. If any of you brethren out there are short on paper towels or toilet tissue, I suggest you grab some of those quick before everybody else goes on a frenzy, and then you don't have no more paper towels. But yeah, man, this lockdown is this second lockdown is coming soon, and it's gonna be the real deal. It's gonna be the real deal. The real deal. They're not gonna let go. They're not gonna ease up or anything like that. You got Joe Biden. You got Kamala Harris. Talking about you need to put on a mask. There's gonna be a mandate for masks all over the place. Even if you're by yourself and in the woods somewhere. You're gonna have to have a mask on your damn face. This is the wicked, man. This is the wicked. You see what I'm saying? What kind of a mandate is that? You by yourself and you in the woods. What you need the mask for? You know what I'm saying? But these are them unrighteous decrees. You know what I'm saying? This them unrighteous decrees that's taking place. But that stuff's got to happen, man. So let's listen to what the man has to say. Let's check this out.
Around the world right now are very alarming nonetheless. So I've got my eye on that, and also I've got my eye on what's been happening in the Middle East. I want to talk about that today, not from a political standpoint, but just why I think it's significant, and we have some just epic worldwide events currently occurring. This isn't even coming into the future. This is happening now in real time. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon woman with child, and they shall not escape. President Trump today says that the United...
Now, of course, you got these Christians, these Christians is trying to quote the Bible and stuff like that, They got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, Like they won't give you the real truth of the scriptures. They'll give you pieces and whatnot here and there. So, but what he hit was, something that came right, right into the ballpark, because people are talking about peace and safety, man. People are talking about safety right now. Everybody's talking about oh, well, these masks and these vaccines and everything like that, man. They talking about peace. Because the only way you're gonna get this place to come to whatever normal it was, you're gonna have to have that vaccine. That's talking about peace, man. That's talking about peace. But we know that Yahawah ain't come to bring no peace. We talking about who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He ain't coming to send no peace. You know what I'm saying? But all these so-called Christians keep talking about peace and peace, man. And that Christ is coming back to send peace. No, he's not. Let me grab that real quick. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. So I'll grab that real quick. It's Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am not come to send peace, but a sword." Yahawah ain't come to send peace, man. He's not coming back to send peace. He's coming to send a sword. And the scriptures say sword and famine is going to be in the land, dude. Alright?
Arab Emirates to open diplomatic ties with Israel. This is from the Associated Press. We have
Let's take that back.
Prime Minister announces, says that the United
Trump
destruction
announces.
cometh upon them as travail upon woman with child, and they shall not escape. President Trump today announces, says that the United Arab Emirates to open diplomatic ties with Israel. This is from the Associated Press. We have Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Israel and the United Arab Emirates announced Thursday they are establishing full diplomatic relations in a U.S. brokered deal that required Israel to halt its contentious plan to annex occupied West Bank land sought by the Palestinians. It continues, this historic deal delivered a key foreign policy victory to President Donald Trump as he seeks re-election and reflected a changing Middle East in which shared concerns about arch-enemy Iran have largely overtaken traditional Arab support for the Palestinians. Now, I'm somebody who watches actions more than what people say, or moves being made, right? The chess game of geopolitics that we currently see around the world. For example, Donald Trump blames the virus on China. His words, not mine. It's the China virus. Isn't it convenient that the person that has the magic potion at the ready is the Russian President Vladimir Putin? I mean, this is straight out of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse right here. Very convenient that he would have the magic potion, and what he says will be the inoculation that one of his daughters has already taken, and now they're going to roll this out to the American public. Again, actions speak louder than words. Just a few days ago, this happened, right? We saw what happened in Lebanon. Boom. Boom. Another image here. Their port, which was one of their last surviving parts of their faltering economy that was actually working, because of course there's been tremendous Western outside influence and pressure on the state of,
And it took me a while to research that. You know what I'm saying? To figure out why would anyone, because we know this wasn't no rockets. We know this wasn't no fireworks or anything like that could have caused that kind of explosion. You know what I'm saying? This was something military, and then of course all these generals is talking about, yeah, that was definitely an attack. That was definitely an attack. Why? You see, then the next question comes in: why would someone want to do that? What strategic advantage would you have if you took out that port? And then as I looked into it, as he said. This is, this is Lebanon's only working structure to bring the imports in. You know what I'm saying? And exports. If you lose that port, then you're cut off, essentially. You see what I'm saying? So who would benefit that most? Well, let's continue with what he's saying.
Lebanon, and they have been living through an economic collapse, hyperinflation, bank runs, and great political instability within the country. Now they're calling for a revolution suddenly. Yep.
And that's another thing that I was asking myself, like, wait a minute. Why is all these protests, why are these protests happening, these sedition among men, you know what I'm saying, taking place in Lebanon, right? Why would that be happening? And it's suddenly happening. You see what I'm saying? It's like clockwork. It's like clockwork. Right at it was like they was ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Like all these protesters was just waiting and waiting for something to happen. Like they was just set in their places on standby. You know what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden it hadn't even been what? It's only been a week. It's only been a week since this happened. And all of a sudden there's all these protests calling for a regime change. Now, we know who's always behind regime changes. We know who's behind that. You know what I'm saying? We know who favors regime changes more than anybody. It's America. America favors regime changes. America and Israel, they always favor regime changes. We understand what John Perkins said in his book, The Confessions of the Economic Hitman. We understand what that's about, man. You know what I'm saying? But they send in jackals and they send in people to start up these riots and stuff like that under the CIA. You see what I'm saying? And Mossad. So we know what this is about. We know what this is about now, man. So who could have did this? Let's listen to what he says.
Let's take a look at a map here. Pull this up for you. Here we have the United Arab Emirates, and we can see here where Lebanon is located. Now, I talked about this yesterday. I can't tell you guys everything, but we know who's responsible for Lebanon, right? I shouldn't have to tell you. Just put your comment in the description box below if you don't know. Someone will answer your question for you. All you have to do is look towards Lebanon's neighbors here. We know who is responsible. This, to me, was a deal struck by Trump. That this could happen right here. Boom. 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 And then he would get this. President Trump says UAE to open diplomatic ties with Israel. This was a deal. Remember, Donald Trump, this is not political, but he is the art of the deal. Whether or not it's real estate, it's restructuring the bankruptcy of America, which is what's happening now with record debt and bailouts, unlike anything we've ever seen before, 0% interest rates, all the stimulus, PPP loans, yada, yada, yada. This guy is the art of the deal. This was a deal in Beirut. Boom. 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 Again, we know who's responsible. We just have to look towards its neighbors. And then he gets what he wants, which is this UAE and Israeli pact. Spokesman for the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas said that the deal amounts to treason and should be reversed. So that's what they think about that.
It amounts to treason on behalf of who? On behalf of the United Arab Emirates, the UAE. You see what I'm saying? On behalf of them. They're essentially selling out their own people. You know what I'm saying? If the UAE is on the completely opposite side, and you got Israel all the way over here next door to Lebanon, and right after this explosion, right after this this attack, and we're gonna call it that, I'm gonna call it that, you know what I'm saying? Right after that, we have Donald Trump coming to announce to the world that the UAE is partnering with Israel. So what was this explosion all about? It was a display of force, wasn't it? That's what this looks like. It's a display of force. Okay. So let's grab Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 6, chapter 14, verse 6. It says, "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth." You see what I'm saying? The world is going against this devil, man. The world's about to go against this devil. Right now, you've got China. You got China and Iran that made this historic deal, where China's getting a big discount on oil, and Iran's going to get all the benefits of what China has to offer. Then on top of that, what I just heard, you know what I'm saying? What I just heard this morning is that China actually has trillions of dollars in oil reserves. Think about that. Think about that. This is verse 9. Isaiah 14, verse 9. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It is raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and all the kingdoms of the nations are pissed off. All the kings of the nations are pissed off at what's going on, man. Because everybody knows that this wasn't no damn fireworks that took place in Lebanon. Everybody knows that. Generals, top officials, they know that. They know what this is about. You see what I'm saying? America's about to be done in, man. America's about to be destroyed real soon because they don't stop. Look at what they're doing right now in Syria. In Syria, they just hired all these thousands of troops to protect the oil that they're stealing without asking the Syrian government. You see what I'm saying? It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess, man. This is Obadiah. Let me grab Obadiah chapter 1. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 5. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? You see, they don't stop stealing. They don't ever get enough, man. They don't ever have enough. They just continue to steal. They continue to steal from this place, from that place, from that place. You know what I'm saying? America doesn't stop. America doesn't stop. Nor does its pimp Israel. These so-called Israelis. You see what I'm saying? These imposters. They don't stop.
So I want to hear your comments, questions in the box below. I'll be doing multiple updates today. Also, crypto's through the freaking roof. Very, very exciting. I want to congratulate all of our students. Click the link below. Get in.
Alright, so I'm going to stop it there, man, because then he goes into Bitcoin and all that stuff, man. This place is through, man. Ain't no Bitcoin gonna save your ass. Ain't no Bitcoin, ain't no gold, no silver, none of that. The scriptures say that that shit will not save your ass, man. Let me grab that real quick. Let me see if I can grab that. This is Isaiah. Salaki, I got a running nose, man. My sinuses is going crazy. This is Isaiah chapter 13. Let me see, chapter 13, verse 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Your gold and silver and your Bitcoin ain't gonna do nothing for you, because real soon they about to bring out these digital currencies, and it's all gonna incorporate everything in it. You see what I'm saying? You staying on this Bitcoin rally and whatnot, you're gonna end up taking that chip so you can get all your benefits from Bitcoin and everything that they have included. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be easy for you. It ain't gonna be easy for none of y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing else to lean on but the Most High Yahawah, but Hashem Yahushua, man. Alright, so I'm gonna cut that there, man. I want to say call halal Yahawah by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Shalom to Yakim and Yahawah that's listening in, and shalom to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, to the hopeful elect. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Shalom.